Welcome back to season 2 of Tiger and the Cock Show. I'm the Cock, Derek.
The Tiger.
This is season 2. We got first week starts this week, college football. So we are just gonna talk football, right, Aiden?
Right.
Tiger and Cock, yeah, we talk about stuff. It's Aiden and Derek, so you know it's tough, and you know that you can go after the Tiger and Cock show.
For that so much, Marshall. We'll have to get a revamped version while you're in Prague, buddy. So first up, first thing we're going to talk about, South Carolina's depth chart. Did you get a chance to look at it, Aiden?
No, I did not, but you can go at it, and you know more about that. That's your area of expertise anyway, so you take that one
I know
away.
more about both of them, actually.
All right.
So a couple of things that, just get you right at first. I only got 4 things that I really made me think. I'm not sure if you remember Mo Kaba. He started for us last year at linebacker, and then he got hurt the first game, and he didn't play for the rest of the year. And he was supposed to be really good last year, and then this year he's supposed to be back and healthy, and then they put Debo Williams in front of him on the first game depth chart. I don't expect that to last at all. I think Mo Kaba is going to take that position back. I just don't think he's fully healthy yet. It's basically the only reason I think he'll play this weekend, but he just isn't starting. Stone Blanton got the start at middle linebacker. He's a dog.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that one.
He's a dog. Born a dog, lived a dog life. Me and him used to go at it on the playground. Second thing, Nick Harbor actually got the wide receiver 5. 5 or 6, either way you look at it. But there's apparently, I've heard a lot of things that he isn't he's not transitioning well into football, college football, SEC football. Which, it doesn't really surprise me. I mean, he's a fast guy. Fast only gets you so far. I don't know. I just don't think he's ready for the speed of the game yet. And then obviously he lost a bunch of weight so he could play wide receiver, and I think that's kind of biting him in the butt too, because he's trying to lose this weight and then still compete at a high level. It's pretty difficult whenever you have to lose 20, 30 pounds. But I think he'll play this week, very limited. I mean, we need a shot or something. We're not much going on offense. Try to get somebody new involved. I think he might be that person. And then our left guard and our right guard both are not they dropped 2 names for both positions. So it kind of worries me that, in all of training camp, you didn't have 2 people that set themselves apart from the rest of the group. So we're gonna have, 4 different possibilities of those 2 positions, which is kind of scary. But South Carolina, we haven't had a good O-line in years.
It's been a while.
If we've ever had one. And then yeah, just
I can't really say I remember y'all.
we've had players go to the league and whatnot, but we've never had 3-4 guys who really put it together.
Clemson's in that boat too, though.
Yeah, I think everybody's in that boat these days. I think that just shows how not Michigan, because they play nobodies, but and then the last thing that you look at South Carolina depth chart is just we just suck at running back. It's so bad.
You have
so bad.
It's Joyner, right? He's doing it.
Yeah, Joyner, and then Juju's backing him up, and it's just they say Joyner's put on 20, 30 pounds, whatever, but still you're gonna have to be big, you're gonna have to be tough to play running back in the SEC. Think about all the great SEC running backs. They're all, Lattimore, Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, Trent Richardson, Eddie Lates. They're big guys. They're physical. But we got a speed back this year. And then our third string is Mario Anderson, who I think is probably going to end up being the starter by the end of the year, who's a Newberry transfer. So he's not even never taken a D1 snap in his life. I mean, he's a big guy. He's a big physical guy. He broke a lot of records at Newberry. So we'll see. What you got for Clemson's depth chart?
Well, I mean, you have new quarterback, so got some experience last year, but it'll be the first time where it's really his team. So that'll be interesting to see. The receiver position, you got Antonio Williams in the slot, which that was happening last year, but that was something that took some time to happen as well. So that'll be more right. He's the starter now. So Adam Randall's back from injury. That's another big time receiver and a name to watch for. And then the running backs, our running back group, like, is quite the opposite of y'all's. I mean, we have two really good backs.
Yeah, I saw that they're fighting for the starting position.
Yeah, I mean, that's Shipley's job, but Maffa's just as good as anybody else in the country. I mean, I would argue and say would not say the best, but one of the best running back duos in the country this season. So
Definitely not the best.
No, I didn't say the best, but one of the best.
Michigan's got the best.
But they'll have a shot to at least try and prove that they are the best. And there's one, the third string. He doesn't. I mean, he gets a little bit of talk, but Dominic Thomas. Dominic Thomas. He's a big back, and he was actually a walk-on. Transferred from some smaller school in Kentucky or something. I think he's from Alabama, but he's a big physical back, and I think he's going to get some playing time this year, and he's a name to watch for.
Okay.
And then,
what's his name go down? Mafk.
I mean, I think Thomas will get some playing time either way, but and then our linebackers, we do have the two best linebackers in the country. I'm just going to put that one out there. I mean, Trotter and Carter are the two best linebackers in the country, so that's going to be fun to watch and see if they can live up to that. Because as of right now, they are the two best linebackers in the country, so they got a shot to prove that.
Yeah, I got the same thing. Just looking at the depth chart, I think y'all, like you said, you're in the same boat with the linemen. I saw that y'all have a center and one of your tackle positions are both down to two players, and it's just
I think Putnam will get the center, and then it was something with the right tackle, or it might have been for left tackle. I don't know. It's going to be the same guys. I just don't know who's going to play guard or who's going to play tackle. But
okay,
I mean I don't think that one will work itself out.
I saw one. I think that your tight end position is as weak as it's been in the last 10 years.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. I think Brennan still is going to do all right.
Yeah, but that's only one, and he's gonna do all right. Is not very confident. I didn't even recognize. I had to look up the other two names of the people, and I've still never heard of them.
Yeah, I mean, Brennan still he's had some time to kind of sit back, and he wasn't the guy, so I think he's had a lot of time to learn, and I mean, he's going to prove some people wrong too.
Yeah, he likes when people come out with sort of a sense of arrogance about him. Whenever they beat
the backup for tight end, I mean, Sage Ennis, he didn't play any last season, I don't think, or he didn't play much, but he played the season before. I don't know if he got hurt. I don't know really what his deal, but he played more 2 seasons ago, so he has some playing time.
It might just be food for your thought there, Aiden. Just watch that tight end.
I mean, our tight end's position's been a question for many years, so I mean, it's not something.
And then
it'll be interesting to see how Riley dials that up, but I think he'll work that out.
One last question. Looking at your depth chart, one name stuck out. Thomas breakout year?
I hope so. It's been.
Dude, he is kind of due for it.
If he can stay healthy. I think it'll be fun to watch if he can stay healthy.
Gotta stay healthy. All right.
I mean, our defensive line, I mean, it'll be interesting to watch them too, because there's a bunch of younger guys up there. I mean, Peter Woods will get a lot of playing time, but
Peter Woods? That's an all-time name. Peter Woods?
Yeah.
It's two different names for male genitals.
You just said that on the podcast.
Yeah, it's funny. Peter Woods. That's funny. Whatever. Maybe it's not that funny. I thought it was funny. Okay. Clemson versus Duke. What you got?
I mean, we have to go to Duke. We haven't been to Duke in a long time. I think the last time we went to Duke, we had Taj Boyd, Sammy Watkins, and DeAndre Hopkins on our team. That was the last time we played at Duke. So it's been a long time since we played at Duke. It's been a long time since we played Duke at all. They have a good team. I believe they won. They got 9 wins last year, I believe.
Yeah, they started off like 6-0, 5-0.
Yeah, I mean they're not bad. I think it'll be a very interesting, fun game. I mean it's the first game of the year. I think they're gonna hang around in the beginning, and I think eventually, our depth will just kind of outnumber them and just outwork them.
Yeah.
Kinda. And that one will it'll be close in the beginning, and then we'll kind of pull away in the second half or pull away in the second quarter. I think it'll definitely be.
That's kind of the same way I'm thinking about it. I think it on paper it looks like a trap game just because we don't know anything about Cade, really. I mean, we saw him a couple times.
New offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, everything on paper it looks like it should be just like we don't know anything about Clemson, but I mean, Clemson's basically been the same coach team for 6-7 years now. I don't think they'll have trouble with a lesser opponent every once in a while in a season, once or twice, but I don't know. I think they're pretty excited about this season. They got a lot to prove. They got a lot of people to prove wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw y'all at 9 in the AP polls like for the last couple of weeks. So I mean, top 10, but I mean, there's
still like
there's
behind
players on that
Florida
roster
State.
that have won a national championship, isn't there? Or
Players
seeded for one.
Yeah, I mean XT's he's won national championship. Yeah, there's guys on that roster who won
I mean they've won a national championship.
I believe. I think he's been there for like 5. Yeah.
Yeah. I think 13-point favorites is a little weird. 55.5 is the over. That's a lot of points, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
They're expecting a lot of points out of
yeah.
I mean, like you said, Clemson's got a good linebacker core. The secondary is a question, of course, because it was.
I mean, our whole offense is a question, honestly, because we just don't. I mean, it's a new.
Yeah, that's
new
another
system,
reason I think 55.5 is a weird number.
I guess we're just expecting Riley to come in there and carry exactly over from when. I mean, I don't know.
I think if you're a betting man, I think under 55.5 points is.
I would have to agree with that one.
Yeah, I mean, we just said it. Clemson QB trouble's gone. I think Cade is the best y'all got for sure. I don't think anybody. It's not like DJ last year where you had Cade sitting on the bench behind him. Like I think Cade's the obvious one. Shouldn't be any talks about whether he's the guy or not at Clemson.
Right.
And just another thing that I'm watching for in the Clemson versus Duke game, which is on Monday, right?
Yeah, Labor Day.
Yeah, and is y'all's wide receiver room going to improve?
Yes, I think so. Yes,
I think it does improve. I still don't think it's Clemson level.
It has to improve, though. I mean, I think that's why Dabo went out and brought Riley in, and if it doesn't, then it's.
Yeah, I think it's good. Definitely good. I mean, it's hard to get worse than y'all were last year, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't think y'all are going to be on Clemson wide receiver level. Like y'all think of yourself.
I mean, I think a lot of that too is just not having someone who could consistently throw the ball to them, and I mean that doesn't help also. So
we'll see, buddy. All right, what you got for the UNC Carolina game? You got any thoughts on that game yet?
This game, I really don't know who to pick. I think when I looked the other day, North Carolina was like a 2-point favorite.
2.5.
2.5. I don't know. I don't know. Like you look in the polls and some of them have North Carolina ranked. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I got the same thing, man. It's a hard game to pick on paper. Like if you're just looking at this, like I think it comes down to which team has better position.
Like if I had to go with something though, I guess I would have to say North Carolina because I mean
Hey, we're
these
not
teams,
there yet, pal. This is just the preview.
but I mean you asked.
Didn't ask.
Well, I mean I'm just telling you right now I would probably have to go North Carolina because
Okay. Maybe I'll change your mind.
these two programs they don't like each other. I mean there's a slight rivalry there. It's not. I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
say.
we're the real Carolina, though.
I mean that's what I'm saying. There's a slight rivalry there. It's not huge, but I mean I think they remember the last time they played in Charlotte. They remember that bowl game. It was kind of embarrassing for them. Like I just.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was.
yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Like, I just think they kind of take that one. They got Drake May still, right? Is it Drake May? Yeah.
Yeah, I got that written down too. Drake May is really, really good, but I mean, they lost 3 wide receivers last year, a tight end and a running back.
I mean, North
I mean,
Carolina
they're in the same
traditionally
boat.
has a pretty good offense and pretty good. They had
I mean,
some.
I'm not sure if you've looked into. They have basically on paper, dude. Our teams are so similar. Like our injuries
Yeah, I
are
mean
very
that's what I mean,
Our
it's hard to.
our
I mean, they have.
strengths and
I guess
weaknesses are very different.
the one thing they do have, which I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's getting a little older, but they do have Mac Brown. I mean, he's one of the best coaches in college football. I mean, you can't
I
take
mean,
that
in
away.
history, not these days. No.
That's what I'm saying in his like history. Like
Yeah.
I mean, he's competed for national championships, won national championships. Like he knows. I mean, he knows good
Now,
ball.
UNC might have the worst secondary besides Virginia in the ACC. I'm not sure if you've looked at it, dude. They got 3 guys right now who were considered starters or competing for a starting spot injured. A
Yeah,
safety and 2 corners. So that kind of leads on to the next point. Injuries for South Carolina this week. Juice Wells hurt his foot. He hasn't practiced in 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
that's
He's a
unfortunate.
game time decision. And then I
It's
brought
very
it up earlier.
unfortunate.
Nick Harbor lost all that weight, and he's been a little banged up. He was on crutches about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So I mean, those are, I would say those are the 2 fastest guys other than Mihir Brown on the
Not
team.
having Wells is very unfortunate for y'all.
Yeah, well, he's a game time decision.
Yeah, but if he doesn't play,
He
I
won't be
mean,
100%.
that's still that's not having him at 100% suck because he's
I
a very
I
good.
think we keep him in, and then if he plays well, keep him in. If he's kind of struggling, but he's got 3 catches at halftime for 39 yards, take him out. There's no reason to try to get him hurt. It's a long season ahead of us. No reason to get your second team All American preseason wide receiver hurt. And
Right.
then our tight end is healthy. He's 100% game time, ready to go. Trey Knox. We'll finally get to see him in Garden and Black. He's a dog.
That's a new name.
Yeah, Arkansas's tight end.
Yeah, that's new.
I mean, another thing about, I didn't even bring it up, but Clemson. I mean, Carolina's got a new OC too.
True. Very true.
I mean, it can't be much worse than Satterfield. If there's at any point a Nebraska fan hears this, I want you to know that Marcus Satterfield sucks. And you will not lose a game. You will not win a game all year.
I don't know if we'll reach any Nebraska fans, but we might.
Some Cornhuskers out there.
Maybe.
Click the wrong link, maybe. All right, what you got injuries at Clemson?
I mean, we're pretty healthy. No one comes off the. I mean, Adam Randall. I mean, why he was out was he had torn his ACL. But I mean, he doesn't. I mean, he's got the brace off now. He feels healthy. So I mean, hopefully he can stay healthy. And then Xavier Thomas. I mean, he always goes through some type of injury bug. It almost seems like. So hopefully he can stay healthy. But I mean, other than that, we're in pretty good shape right now. It's been kind of unfortunate for us the past couple of years because we had some guys really banged up. But I mean, luckily we've been able to get through camp and been okay right now. We'll see how the season goes though.
David Brun ain't gonna like this, but Georgia has had the injury bug like a maniac.
Have
Like
they? I haven't really been keeping up with them much.
Yeah, they've had DBs, linemen, a running back went down.
Seems like that's what happens. You win a couple of national championships and you get the injury bug. That's what happened to us.
You get complacent. Can't get complacent. All right. Have you heard anything about Tez Watkins?
No.
Transferred from somewhere. Can't remember where he transferred, but he transferred to UNC. But this is his second transfer, and he's a wide receiver for UNC now, and he's not right now he's not allowed to play on Saturday because of an NCAA rule.
No, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Look into that one actually, 'cause that's pretty interesting. He's like, it's gonna come down to like right at kickoff if NCAA decides to let him. Most people think they're not gonna do that because one, it's not fair to South Carolina. I mean, you can't say that this guy isn't allowed to play for the entire preseason leading up to it, and then right at game time say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna let him play right now." Like
Yeah.
I wish he could play because I'm not that kind of person. Like apparently this guy is like top notch. Like he could go first or second round of the draft next year from everything that I've seen. And he's supposed to take a big jump this year, but I mean I hate it for him. I mean I kind of like it for us because I mean it ain't really our fault. They should have known the rules whenever they did it,
Right.
but hey, whatever. And then a quick question. What do you think it takes we're in a preseason pod. What does it take for Clemson to reach their ceiling? What has to go right? One thing.
Quarterback play. I mean, that's been the problem the last 2 years. Got to have someone back there who can lead that offense. You know, have confidence in themselves and confidence in the guys around them. Because if you have, that was the problem. I don't think our quarterback had enough confidence in himself, and that resulted in the other guys around him, being the same way, kind of. Because it's like, if your quarterback doesn't even believe in himself, the leader of your offense, and it's just going to drag everybody else down along with them. And I think that's kind of what happened, and it just brought everyone else down. And I think if you can fix that, have a confident quarterback who's a leader and he finds his groove, then I think that'll kind of be the deal. He can get the receivers going. I mean, we know the running backs are there. You just got to give them the ball. But
yeah, I agree with that one for Clemson. Just a consistent quarterback, not one who can throw for 300 yards and 4 tutties, and the next week 110 yards for no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And then everybody used to always talk about how DJ was such a good leader, and it's just I don't buy it at all because it's people want to play for a winner. They don't want to play for the loser. You don't see Vanderbilt picking up 5-star recruits. They want to play for winners, man. They want to play for a quarterback who can win them the game. That's why everybody wanted to play with Tom Brady when he was about to leave. Everybody wanted to play for Aaron Rodgers. They're winners. They want to win. You got to have a quarterback that wants to win. I think we both have quarterbacks now that want to win. You can't convince me that DJ wanted to win more than the other team wanted to win. I don't buy it at all.
Yeah, I don't know much about that. It'll be interesting to see what he does at Oregon State, and I mean, if it was just a system issue or what. I don't know. That'll kind of, I think, solve it, like how we do this year and how he does, and just.
All right. Okay. All right. I agree. To agreement. I think South Carolina has to stop the run.
Yep.
Stop the run. We finished outside the top 100 3 years in a row in rushing defense. Stop the run, and we can win 8 games. It is possible.
Or just hope when you play against someone who has 2 really good running backs, they don't run the ball.
That works too, dude, because 31 points is more than 30.
That's true.
So, I mean, that's just
when their quarterback it's whatever for 29.
Yeah.
I don't hope they don't run their good running backs.
Carolina's just got to stop the run, man, in any ways necessary. I mean, y'all have very good linebackers. We don't have as good of linebacker. I mean, Stone Blanton is better than all your linebackers, but
all right.
Hot take. What was I going to say? We got big linebackers who can clog holes, and that's another big thing about stopping the run. Sure, our front four is not the best in the country by any means, but they're big. It's being big and Clowney was not a run stopper in college. He was go get the quarterback. We don't really have any of those guys this year that are just going to go get the quarterback. We just need to maintain stopping 10-yard, 8. It's those 8 6-yard runs that just eat you away, man. I mean, in the
I mean,
fourth quarter,
if someone's
you're up.
averaging 5 yards a run, I mean, they're
Yeah,
getting
I
first.
mean
Like
that's
you're not getting off the field.
sure you can go 3 yards, 4 yards, and then you got a 3rd and 3, and then 8 yards, and you're like, man, I just got to redo it again, and then they're just gonna keep running it down.
You're not coming off the field. Yeah,
So I
wears you
think
out.
I think if South Carolina can stop the run, that they'll be at their ceiling. We'll talk about the ceiling in a second. But what out of state matchups are you ready to see this week? Week 1.
Week 1.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ready to see LSU, Florida State.
Yeah, I didn't even write that one down. That's actually kind of funny.
I'm so excited for that game.
Who do you think wins?
I don't know. It's in Orlando.
I have no idea, but I don't think Florida State's very good.
Yeah, I don't really get the Florida State hype either. But I mean, I
I
don't
don't
get the
get it.
LSU hype either. They're both
I
overhyped,
I
but I'm
get
excited
the
for that game.
yeah, I get the LSU hype a little bit just because they won the SC West last year. They beat Alabama. Sure, they lost to A&M last year. They got blown out by Tennessee and Georgia last year. Like those, they don't need to be looking themselves as like a guaranteed top 5 team yet. I mean, that's pretty much the same roster. Sure, they got a little bit better, but they better watch themselves because they might get humbled very, very fast. And they don't have a very easy schedule either. I think it could. I mean, I think Auburn could get the best of them, and Auburn's not the best team. But another matchup I'm ready for is Virginia versus Tennessee. Good game.
No way.
It's a good game. It's gonna be a good game. Joe Milton. We'll see what he's about.
For Tennessee,
Virginia's
gonna be one of the worst teams in the FBS. Like they might not win the game.
They're not gonna be worse than Colorado.
Virginia might be lucky to win one game.
Okay. How about this one? Florida versus Utah.
Oh, that was a great game last year.
Yeah, it's gonna be another
in
good
Utah
year.
right?
I think it's at Utah. I think Utah's gonna win by 2 scores, but
oh yeah, it'll be fun.
I'll take
sure.
Utah minus 6.5 on that one. That's a lot.
Sure, it should be a fun game.
And then what's your predictions for week 1? Clemson at Duke on a Monday
I
later.
told you it's gonna be close in the first quarter, and then Clemson pulls away. 35-17-ish.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I agree. I got 31-10.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duke won 9 games last year. Who watched a single one of those games? Nobody.
I might have glanced at it.
Starting quarterback, nobody knows. So I mean, it's Duke versus Clemson. Clemson usually wins on Monday opening games. I think they've won like the last 3 times they've played on Monday opening night, and they blew out Georgia Tech last year.
Yeah.
And then USC, UNC. USC at Charlotte. I'm gonna be in attendance. We're gonna win. Not the most confident I've ever been in a pick. Just like every other week 1 game. Nobody knows. I'm going South Carolina 38-28 though.
Give me UNC 31-30.
That's cute. That's cute. I can't wait to put that on a graphic Saturday morning. That's gonna be awesome. Oh wow. Man. Oh, 31-30. That's gotta hurt.
It's funny now. I can just laugh.
All right, what's the ceiling for Clemson and South Carolina, real quick? We got 1 minute.
Yeesh. I don't know. Clemson, it really depends. The combination of things. I mean, I think I guess the floor would be like 9 wins. And the ceiling maybe would be playoffs. I don't know. I don't know. Ask me that question in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think South Carolina's ceiling is 9 wins. I don't think we sneak.
That's fair.
I don't think we sneak a 10th win in.
That's fair.
Maybe if we can run the ball really well and stop the run, maybe 10, still pretty generous. And then Clemson ceiling 12-0. I mean, that's the ceiling. I mean, you play in the ACC, all you got to do is beat Florida State, and then
we got Notre Dame also. So.
Yeah, Notre Dame looked kind of good actually.
Yeah, Sam Hartman looked pretty good.
Yeah, I'll give them that. All right. Tiger and the Cock Show, Season 2, Episode-1 is
That's a wrap.
officially wrapped up.
Tiger and Cock, yeah, we talk about stuff. It's Aiden and Derek, so you know it's tough, and you know that you can go after the Tiger and Cock Show.